I don't know what to say. I don't know. Life is life. Life is tough, man. How do I feel right now? I don't know. Frustrated, aggravated. Why? Why am I frustrated? Why am I aggravated or agitated? Life is tough. Life is... We're trying to make sense of what life is. We don't know what life is. We get the fact that we are a spirit. We get the fact that we are the light, if you will. Energy. But what's the whole purpose of all this? Why are we here on this planet? For what? I know it's the building of something. For what? I know you may be like, why you keep asking all these questions? Well, because I don't believe in heaven or hell. I don't know what that is. I get it. But I like to choose to believe that that's more of a symbolic type of thought. Heaven being the most blissful place, the most exciting place, the most joyous place. Just remind you of a positive or good. I don't know. And hell, of course, is just torture. But to believe in a literal hell, I don't believe in it, because I heard a guy say something like this, and this wasn't my basis for not believing it. It just justified my thought. But a guy named Jordan Maxwell was saying that he gave a story about his childhood and how he had always thought about these things. And so one time he put it to the test. He was a Catholic, and they was getting ready to graduate, if you will, or become one of those little priestly boys, whatever it's called. But anyway, so as he was about to, go through this or ordination service of some type, the bishop there, the nuns were telling him, don't ask the bishop any questions. Just go ahead and if the bishop asks you any questions, just tell him, nah, we good. And just go on through with the ordination service. But no, Jordan Maxwell had a question. And it's interesting because here's an 11-year-old boy that's asking a bishop. Now listen to this. He said, my father is a welder or a fireman, one of them. But he said, could my father torch a demon or an angel? And the bishop replied and said, no, because the angel is a spirit. And he's looking like, well, I thought spirits, if the angel's a spirit, then how could it burn? If you're saying that the angel is a spirit and it can't burn, how do we die and then our bodies burn? And the bishop told him, shut up, don't say nothing else. Okay? Why? Because he challenged the thought. But it's an interesting thought, because if in your thought process you say an angel or a spirit cannot be burned, then how do we go to hell and burn in an eternal torture chamber? This stuff is just crazy. It's really thought up stuff. So we are our thoughts. We are our imagination. We are what we think. And that's therefore we live out what we believe, what we truly believe. I don't care what you say. You live out what you truly believe. This is why you have to know who you are. Because if you know your natural character, your natural being, the things that you naturally like and dislike, then as a sign of maturity in building or becoming whatever you imagine yourself to be, you have to learn how to balance yourself. You have to learn how much of good should I be, how much of negative, if you will, should I be, how much What's the balance in my life? Because I'm coming to the point, I feel like I'm a good person, but I'm coming to the point, I'm coming to just to see that the good people, they finish last. The good people on this earth, they finish last. I don't care what you say. I know it's a good thing and all that, but everybody just really walks over them like they're a welcome rug. So when you think about these things, you start to notice, wait a second, the word didn't just tell you to be good. It told you to be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Now, how can you be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove? This is a balance. So it's not telling you don't be nasty, distasteful, judgmental, or, always having an attitude at people. No, show kindness, but be real about yourself. If you want to do something, do it. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. If you want to sacrifice, sacrifice. But if you sacrifice, don't say, oh, don't mumble and complain. Remember, you made a choice. This is right. We have to get back control over our life. We have to get control back over our life. And this is, of course, just a little rant, but because I'm just thinking right now, and I'm like, once again, it's one of those thoughts again, like, where am I? What am I? Trees? Rocks? What the heck is this? It's silly, but it's an interesting thought, because we are spirit. In the book of Jeremiah, God tells Jeremiah, he said, Jeremiah, before you was born, I knew you. And for me, it's like, what? Whoa, you talking about God, the ultimate being, the spirit. Of course, remember, if you want to worship God, you must worship him what? In spirit and in truth. So we're from this place of nothing, if you will. It's deep. It's a deep thing. It's from our imagination. It's blank. It's darkness. All you see when you think about the universe, you think about the galaxy, you just darken stars. So it's bits of lights, but it's go back to nothingness, which is interesting too, because in the Eastern culture, they believe in the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So, but Shiva is nothingness. It's the destroyer. And the concept is we want the destroyer to destroy us, that from our bodies, from the physical nature, we're destroyed. We're nothing. But from a spiritual place, we're exalted. And we become deity. We become like God. We are God. It's a powerful thing. So, I don't know. Just thoughts. Just wanted to express to a camera. It is what it is, not really trying to look for views or likes, but just putting content out there, I guess, right? Since I'm doing nothing when I should be doing something. That's another thing. I don't really believe in being bored. What is being bored? If you're talking about you have a hope and a dream. Now, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to me. Because if you're talking about you have a hope and a dream, you got a vision, and you talking about you bored, go do something. Okay, so I'm talking to myself. Go do something with your life. Do something about your hope and dream. How can you progress? How can you get to the next level? And see, that's what's tough, because even though it's fun because you live in your dream, it's also the great sacrifice, which also represents the story of Jesus. To live as Christ, to die as gain. It's a powerful thing. If you suffer with him, you'll reign with him. The story for Jesus, it really represents a deep thing. You are Jesus. You are Jesus. You are the light. Paul says in Galatians, he says, a new mystery I give unto the Gentiles. The mystery is that Christ is within. It's powerful. So, interesting. I don't know. Don't know what else to say. That's it. Bye.